Hello fellow old schoolers. So I found some various recordings here from old tournaments from early 2022 that for some reason were not included in that playlist, and also I think it's because there might have been some difficulties or some problems with the recording. So in this recording, it is from I think it's the quarterfinals of the top 8, and this one is between Disco Trolls and I guess it's a Skies variant or control. We'll see the Disco Trolls here. It's a very aggressive version. Usually with Disco Trolls you can either go for the control variant where you have counter magic, or you can go for the red variant where you have a lot of direct damage. This one also includes Underworld Dreams and do some gens. So really piling on the pressure here. Sushis as well. So the deck is red and blue and black. A lot of lane destruction as well. Only a couple of discs here. The play here would be to use that disc to destroy opponent's permanents and then regenerate your own trolls. But it only dips its toe into the discs here. Instead, it's more focused mid-range and burn. And I guess the disc will be a placeholder for disenchants to get rid of pesky enchantments like moats. That might be really brutal against this deck, and also the Abyss. So at least he'll have an out against that. We don't know about his sideboard. He does have a Hercules Recall there in the top. His opponent, I don't have a deck picture of his deck, but it is, I think it was a copy of this, the winner deck of the Summer Derby in 2021. It really resembles it. We see it here. It's like having 1 foot in the deck and 1 foot in Skies. This one using 4 Serra Angels and 2 Mahamoti Gens as big fellas flying over here. And then a couple of books to get additional draw power, full counter package. And a bit lighter than removal. We have 3 Swords to Plowshares, and instead of we have a Wrath of God. A lot of artifact destruction with a Dust to Dust here. So this deck will try to gain control, removing the opponent's threats, getting out a book, get some draw engine going, and then getting out a big beater, flying in to finish the game, protecting those beaters with counter magic. You can also really shift gears and go the mid-range route with 6 big flyers there, and after sideboard he can put in moats actually against the opponent. We have a moat in the sideboard here, and he'll really need those discs to blow the mode up. Otherwise it'll keep all the Dusumyins, Trolls and Sushis in their track. They can't get in. I wonder if Disco Trolls will put in Shivan Dragons after sideboard. Sometimes they do. So this is a classical matchup. White and blue and black. Control, Skies, defensive setup versus a really aggressive mid-range burn strategy. Should be a lot of fun. Let's get ready for the match. And we are off to the races here. Disco Trolls being on the left on that old school playmat, and Skies on the right here on that bluish playmat. I don't think we have any mulligans here. Would be interesting to see us on the play. Round 1. Yeah, no mulligans. Okay, Tundra coming out of Skies. Probably the best dual land he could play here, being primarily white and blue. And a factory into a Sol Ring out of Disco Troll. Oh, Volcanic Island. So we have double blue mana, and there's a counter spell on the hand of Skies. So even though Disco Troll has a lot of mana here, he might walk straight into a mana drain. Some counter defensive measures here. Maybe it would be a good idea to attack with a factory, because if the other guy had a disenchant, he would have disenchanted the Sol Ring at this point. Yeah, getting in here. Okay, 2 points of damage. No removal. And also Skies wants to keep a double blue up. Now he has a scrub lane, so he can actually play Swords to Plowshares and keep a double blue mana up if he so chooses. Okay, but something gets played. A Felva Stone. Yeah, still keeping double blue mana up. Oh, Lightning Bolt straight to the face at his end step here, putting Skies down to 15 points of life. Black Lotus. Attacking with the factory. Gets in, and there's a troll straight into a counterspell. Sky's using that Felverstone to protect himself with some counter magic here. Okay, getting rid of the first attacking creature. Oh, and a defending factory. Now I suppose Disco Troll could attack still, because Skies can't tap his factory for +1/+1 yet, as it has Summoning Sickness. Dark Ritual coming out, sinkholing the defending factory here. So just so he can get in with his own factory, but that sinkhole gets countered. Disco Troll seems like he's considering something here. I had to rewatch this in slow motion. He's actually sacking the Lotus to mana drain the counterspell, using the final blue mana to attack with the factory. And then the mana fizzles because there's a second main phase after that attack. So the increased mana from the mana drain would be in that second main phase, I believe. At least that's what they discussed. Planes coming out. Oh, a book getting straight into a shatter. A lot of damage going into Skies here. That single factory has done a ton of work, just poking in each time. And the attempt of getting some draw engine going was foiled here. Disenchant on the factory. Finally, some breathing room for Skies. He is dangerously low in life though, soon within burn range. Okay, now they're just in a draw-go phase of the game. This obviously is an advantage to Skies. He needs some time here just to get his defenses up. Maze of Ith out of Disco Troll, not what he really needs here, but it is a staple in these decks because you want the other guy to play more creatures to overcommit. Oh, so you can blow them up with the disc, but there's a Mind Twist for his entire hand here. Lightning Bolt as a fast effect to the dome of Skies here. Putting Skies down to 6 points of life, actually. There's a disc coming out. Now, he won't blow it up here, I believe, but he'll keep that as an emergency break on the game. Now, usually Skies would play for time here, but it's actually against him because he's within burn range now. So time is against him, as Disco Troll will try to draw into ways just to burn him out, just to finish him. He's on his last leg here. 2 bolts, or a bolt and a fireball would end this. So Skies will likely try to keep some counter magic in hand, just to block such attempts. Looking over the other guy's graveyard, likely just to test or to see how many burn spells he's used. Likely about 2 lightning bolts, I believe. Factory coming out, but there's that Maze of Ith and also a disc to greet it. So can't really get anything going yet. Sinkhole on the factory. And a Sushi coming down. Yep. Softer Plowshares at the end step of Disco Trolls, putting Disco Trolls up to 24 points of life. So a widely dissimilar... Oh, Ancestor Recall here. A widely dissimilar life total. Ancestor Recall for Skies here, just what he needs. Ooh, Library of Alexandria, who will likely try to draw into a library range now, having been helped by that Ancestor Recall. As I said, he needs to draw a lot of cards here. Ah, man. Getting Strip Mined though, and he was within library range. Great to keep that in the pocket for Disco Troll. Playing the Sinkhole earlier just to draw counterspells. Kept that Strip Mine in hand. Ah, Sushi coming down. Skies really under pressure here. His ticket to victory has been foiled by that Strip Mine. And now he needs to answer that Sushi. At the end step he actually disenchants the disc instead. There's a Softer Plowshare on the Sushi. Alright. Well, Disc Control is at 28 points of life then. But there is some card advantage for Sky, so he can go to 1 for 1 like this. It'll be fine for him. And he wanted to get rid of that disc because, as said, it was a fail-safe for Disc Controls. If Sky pulls ahead with creatures here, that disc is a threat all the time. Oh, there's the first threat. Serra Angel coming down. Momentum shifting here. We have a factory, but Serra Angels are great in that they can attack and still block that factory. Though there's a Mace of Ith though, so... Oh, but there's another Angel. Shifting gears here this game. Demonic Tutor. Yeah, what would you pick here? A Fireball. He can Fireball for lethal next turn, but the other guy might have a counterspell. He can Fireball for 7. And Sky, as said, is down to 6 points of life. But it's starting to amassing quite the army here. The two beautiful beta Serra Angels staring Disc Controls down. And one will get in. There's only one Mace of Ith to block the onslaught here. Though a bunch of life on Disc Control's side, so it will take a while for that Angel to get in. And destroy him. Oh, a third Angel though. That's an army, a veritable army of them. Disc Control down to 24 points of life. Okay, there's a Fireball for lethal. He likely tutored for that. Oh, what a mana drain. Hot damn, that's a lot of mana for Skies here. 3 Serra Angels, crucial mana drain, stopping that gasp out of Disc Control. That punch in for the win. Yep. Having 8 mana here. Sorry, 7 mana. Was a Fireball for 7. Bit of a problem with the camera, it seems. I think that might be the reason why this game has not been shown until now. I think there were some difficulties with that, with the setup. Oh, what's this? He's counting it up. Oh my god. Yeah, it's a Fireball with that mana drain. And 8 points of damage from the Serra Angel. That is 24 points of damage. Just enough. Yeah, snatching a victory from the jaws of defeat here. Being burned so much throughout the game and punched with that factory. Then finishing the game with a mana drained Fireball and 3 Serra Angels. What a turnaround. So, we're gearing up for round number 2 in this quarterfinal match. And here we're encountering some camera problems. It wants to... It's like it's collapsing. So that was one of the reasons why I didn't put this video up earlier. Okay, Disc Control's on the play, starting off with a double blue mana here. He had to mulligan down to 6 cards though. Now this will be a bit wonky in the beginning as I try to stabilize the camera. It will get better though. Okay, Dark Ritual into a Untold Dreams. Pretty early on here. Turn 2 for Sky, so he can't really counter. He's putting his dice on top of his deck. That's a nice little trick to remember to take damage. So he's at 19 points of life here. We can't see that one dice though. But we'll keep that in mind. There's a dice on the top of his deck. Okay, just passing the turn. Disc Control seems satisfied just to ping him with that Underworld Dreams. It's double blue mana out of Skies. He can counter now, but he needs a disenchant to get rid of that Underworld Dreams. Otherwise, yeah, the pressure's on him. Nothing happens though, just playing a strip mine. Must be a tournament strip mine. A lot of autographs on that one. Yep. Okay. Going down another point of damage here. Going down to 17. Library of Alexandria. Now, will he use that or not? He might. He has so much life. I imagine he will try to get within draw range, even though it will... that Underworld Dreams will punish him, but he needs to draw into a disenchant to handle that one. Again, I apologize for this camera problem. It was really frustrating standing there trying to get it to work. I just kept on collapsing, pointing downwards. Okay, it's in within library range in his upkeep, drawing with the library here, going down to 16. Now I'm going down to 15 points of life, I think, in his draw step. Tundra coming out. Do we have a disenchant out of skies, or will he dream himself out of the game? That seems like a double land drop. Because we saw him drop down a Tundra in his turn and then drop a factory. That's a misplay. No one seems to be catching on though. I mean, these things can happen. Especially later in the day, and these guys have been drinking a lot throughout the tournament. Still, always a bit annoying when you spot it. Would have had to discard instead. Okay, drawing again with the library. Going down to 14 points of life here. And the Filverstone. So I'm putting the life total down in the graphics here, so we can more easily see what's going on, as we can't see the life total. Though the camera seems to have stabilized here, at least we can see the entire playing field and all the life at the top there. Time Walk coming out of skies here, getting into increased draws with that library. But as said, taking a bunch of damage from that Underworld Dream still. It's really punishing the library. But guys, I mean, he might as well draw additional cards, right? Because he needs to get something in. Now Mind Twisting got the guy's hand. We might see a Bolt here. Yep, the Bolt has a fast effect. Hot damn. Now we should bear in mind that the Disc Control is a burn deck, so getting too low in life is very, very difficult. Very dangerous for Skies here, going down to 10 points of life. Having a full dice on top of his deck to remember to take damage from the Underworld Dreams. Okay. Still no answer. But a brutal Mind Twist. He has a lot of card advantage. So what he lacks in life, he does have an extra card advantage. Black Lotus coming out. Playing a Black Lotus here. Now he should be mindful that he doesn't get too few cards in hand to... I mean, maybe he'll stop using the library now. Being down to 9 points of life, it begins to get a bit dangerous. Okay, poking in with the factory for a couple of damage here. Putting Disc Controls down to 18 points of life. Yeah, doesn't want to use the library anymore for increased draw power. That Underworld Dream's really counteracting the library at this point. Okay, just passing the turn. I wonder what happens with Disc Control. Why is he so passive? Usually he would have a bunch of creatures to follow up with. Maybe he's just drawing lands or something. Likely digging for bolts and stuff like that. A book coming out. Yeah, double-edged sword here. Can draw with it, but down to 8 points of life. It might not be wise until he can get rid of that pesky Underworld Dreams. So odd that he didn't draw one of his disenchants. Maybe he sideboarded a few out. I don't know. We have seen a lot of draws out of Skies here, not really getting what he needs. Another! Oh, double Underworld Dreams. He needs to counter this, if at all possible. Yeah, okay, that's the counter spell. Crucial break here. Otherwise, it would be curtain call real soon. This guy's going down to 7 points of life. I mean, 1 Dreams is enough here. Soon within burn range. Attacking again for 2 points of damage. Disc controls at 16. Okay, just rectifying here. Yeah, 7 points of life left as said. Trying to get the entire board here. Okay, better angle here. Okay, Sushi coming down. This is actually pretty damn risky. I'm not sure I agree with that play, because we might have Divine Offerings. Yeah, exactly, that's what we saw here. That actually might be... I mean, if it was a Trisk, it would be way better. Of course, you can't play a Trisk, because that doesn't have the mana, but playing a huge artifact when you know the other guy has likely sideboarded Divine Offerings in, it might actually save Skies here. Gained 4 life here. I think the wiser move, perhaps, would be just to hold back. Let the Underworld Dreams ping the other guy, and try to get into some additional burn. He's down to 7 points of life, 6 next turn. But, yeah, it was a bit of a lifeline for Skies here. The Underworld Dreams still in effect, though. I wonder... Oh, Blackwise, likely not that important. Don't think Skies has many cards in hand. But I wonder if Skies is actually taking out his disenchants for Divine Offering, and that's why he can't remove the Underworld Dreams. Maybe the Dreams took him by surprise here. I don't know. Would be... I think it would be an odd choice, because disenchants are just so versatile. Okay, so he actually draws with the book here, having gained 4 life from that sacrifice Sushi. So at the other guy's instep, he elects to take a point of damage, another point of damage from the Underworld Dreams, drawing a card. He should be mindful that he doesn't get into Blackwise range here in his upkeep. Oh, I see, he draws as the Blackwise is played. And then he counters the Blackwise, so he must have a bunch of cards in hand actually. And says to recall as a fast effect for the counter spell, but it gets red blasted. Yeah, nice play by Disco Trolls here, waiting for the other guy to spend his counter spell just to trying to get that ancestor recall in. But unlucky for him, even though the other guy didn't have a double blue mana untapped after the first counter spell, he did have red mana for a red blast. Strip mining the red mana. Ah, yeah, good play. I think he should have done that for a while back. Now really mana screwing Disco Trolls here out of red, so he can't burn anymore. And he can't really remove the factory. Ah, he doesn't have red mana. Nicely poke in for Skies here. The longer he can postpone those bolt spells, the better. And the factory has a field day. Looking over his graveyard here, he might have a recall in hand. Really hanging in the balance here. Well played by Disco Troll trying to get the ancestor recall in, but it was hedging his bets here. The best time to do it, but Red Blast kept him in his tracks, otherwise this might have been a very different game. Depending on what he would draw into. A lot of considerations here. Yeah, recall for 2 Do we have a counterspell? No mana drain out of Disco Trolls. So what will he pick here? Counterspell and a Divine Offering. Yep, can't fault those picks. And a double blue mana up to defend himself. Oh yeah, he needs to discard some stuff. Discarding a Wrath of God. And another card I couldn't see. Okay, there's a Time Walk here. Just out of desperation, Disco Trolls haven't really drawn anything usable here. Swamp, that's not what he needs either. He needs a red mana source. But, I mean, as long as that Underworld Dreams is up, it might actually win the game for Disco Trolls here. It's just done a ton of damage at this point to Skies. Another factory hitting the table here. First factory attacking. Getting in and getting pumped by the other factory. 3 points of damage, putting Disco Trolls down to 11. Okay, it's a bit of a race here. We do have a blocking factory coming down. Still no red mana, but at least there's that. Oh, Sky's down to 5 points of life and still no answer for that that Underworld Dreams. So odd. Activating both factories here. Oh, he has a Divine Offering in hand, actually. So if the other guy tries to block with his factory, he'll just cast Divine Offering on his factory. Or he might wait. Oh, he takes it on the chin. 7 points of life left. Man. Okay, this is getting really close. Will Sky snatch another victory? Oh, strip mining one of the factories, though. Crucial draw. Okay, this guy's getting down to 4 points of life here. And just a factory on each side staring each other down. Now attacking as a block. We have it's a Salt of Plowshare instead of a Divine Offering. So he gains 3 points of life. But he should take 2 points of damage. So he actually only get a single point of life. Another Underground Sea. Has a full playset here. But not really what he needs. These guys just have, I mean, really good cards. Both trying to get into beta for power and dual lands here. Set journey, man. It'll take decades, but it's pretty damn cool. Now the factory gets in, 2 points of damage. Disco Trolls down to 6 points of life. Oh, I do think actually a couple of those Underground Sea are foreign black bordered. You can see the red hue on some of the Underground Seas. That's because they're foreign black border and not beta. Never mind. Just a little tidbit of information there. Okay. So Skies really under pressure here, trying to really put the other guy down to 4. Being down to 2 points of life himself. Just a nail biter here. He can, yeah, I was just about to say he can Divine Offering his own book. Does so here. Put him up to 6 points of life. That's why he solves the Plowshare at the factory. Nice play. He had some life in the bank. Okay, now with the Divine Offering gone, there's a disc coming out. It should likely counter this. Otherwise, yeah, otherwise the disc will get activated next turn the factory attacks. Oh, but it was a bait. Ah, another Underworld Dreams. 2 Underworld Dreams. So we'll have a race here. 2 points of damage on each side. We also have a red mana on Disco Trolls, and we also have double blue so I can Brain Geist as the other guy. Do we have another counterspell here? Nope. Taking 2 points of damage from the Underworld Dreams, going down to 4. He has 2 turns left to live. Putting the other guy down to 2 points of life. Hanging in the balance here. What do we draw? What does Disco Troll have? Passing the turn. Sky's going down to 2. 1 turn away from defeat. And then attacking. Skies takes it. Being down to 2 points of life from those Underworld Dreams. Really an odd situation from Disco Trolls. And really an odd situation through and through. I mean, unanswered Underworld Dreams the entire game. couldn't draw a disenchant to save him. Had a mana drain and a brain geyser, worthless brain geyser in this situation in hand. The balance as a failsafe. And his controls, I mean, he had the right idea, but just couldn't follow up that Underworld Dreams with some threats. I think a crucial, pivotal point of this round was playing that sushi. It was Divine Offering food, really risky. I mean, it could have won him the game if it touched base, but still, it actually made Sky survive by Divine Offering that sushi. He gained 4 points of life, and he ended the game on 2 points of life, so he would have been at -2 without the sushi. So it just goes to show that it is the tiniest, sometimes the tiniest little subtle changes to your game plan that will decide the entire match. Alright, that's it for this quarter-final match. I'll be sure to follow up with another match. I think the next one is the semi-finals, and it is with me on Composition A, crashing into the semi-finals here against this Skies deck. Let's see how the matchup plays out, and after that, I didn't attend the latest Eel Castle Cup 3.0. It was just last weekend we had it, because my kids were sick, and so was my wife, so pretty damn annoying, but sometimes that happens. But I did get in during the evening to see the matches, and one of my mates, Simon, has recorded all the top table games for me, so he'll send them over to me, and I'll be sure to cover that tournament as well. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next battle.